38-14 yung Game 1 bench scoring in favor of Alaska. And of course, Purefoods right now doing the adjustment, giving the ball to this guy, Jun Limpot, coming off the bench, and he scores again. Back-to-back baskets for Jun Limpot, 4 points in the ball game. And one of the reasons why he's in there is to pour in those points from the bench.
Here's Velasco. He waxed out back in the opening quarter, but he loses the ball. Castillo over to Camaso. No! Castillo gets the leather. Babalik kay Camaso over to Roger Yap. 6 points ang inahabol ng Purefoods dito sa mga unang bahagi ng second quarter. And Pingris battling hard to get the offensive rebound as a foul is spotted by guard Chiefere.
Only foul number 32, Willie Wilson. His first on the ace.
So kakapasok lang nitong si Willie Wilson at agad siyang tinawagan ng personal foul. First team foul laban sa Alaska.
You know what, this game number 2 looks a lot like game number 1. Yung score nung first quarter, no? Nung game number 1, it was 21-29. Now it's 31-23. Still an 8-point advantage for Alaska to end the first quarter, just like in the first game.
Kick out pass ni Limpot. Here's Pingris back to Castillo. Titira na si Noy dito. Hindi, binigay kay Camaso from the corner. Here's Laure. Alaska. Just impressive shooting back in the opening quarter, allowing them to lead by as many as 11 points. 6 points ang lamang ng Alaska. Bola na kay Hugnatan. Hugnatan laban kay Limpot. Hugnatan makes his move and he was caught dancing with the wrong pair of shoes.
Substitution, John Ferriols for Nick Velasco.
So Velasco will sit down and Ferriols checks in the ball game as we usher in Senor Domingo El Conquistador, Dominic U.
Miko, the Alaska Aces want to start out strong every game. They feel na yun ang nagsiset ng tone para dun sa laro nila. And they started out well. It's very well today in today's game, just like in game 1. And they want to do that to give less pressure dun sa mga bench guys nila. And that's what happened in game 1. Kaya naman, yung mga guys coming off the bench scored very well. And pagdating dito sa second game, yun rin ang ginagawa nila.
Well, right now, 5 bench players for the Alaska Aces, on the court at the same time. Much trust for Tim Cone as we see again first quarter scoring 21-29. I think sinasabi natin same mukhang magkakamukha yung 8-point difference also in game number 1 and game number 2. Again, a cushion for Coach Tim Cone to put in his bench players.
Bola mananatili sa Purefoods. They are down by just 6. And on the floor, the Chunkee Giants have Castillo, Camaso, Roger Yap, Limpot, and Pingris. And that's another Purefoods turnover. Here's Wilson. Putting that upper body strength to good use.
Rushing foul number 13, Roger Yap.
Si Roger Yap ang tatawagan ng college first personal. Yan ang pangalawa.
For Willie Wilson.
Laban sa Purefoods. Well, evident for Alaska right now is the turnover opportunities. 8 points of turnover yung opportunities nila. They trying to push the ball. Wilson getting a layup, a hard-looking layup, and got to foul. Gets to can the first free throw. Kaya yung nangyayari, pag nakatapik ng bola itong Alaska, dire-diretso, they will look for the fast break opportunities and look to score. Wilson will split his charities.
Pressure applied by the Alaska backcourt.
And Alaska has already 8 turnovers in the ball game, 5 already rin para sa Chunkee Giants. Stat that these two coaches wouldn't want to see. It has been tough for Don Camaso, who picks up the offensive foul in the Purefoods Chunkee Giants uniform.
You can see he's trying to get his bearings. Matagal na wala sa PBA itong si Camaso. And Mr. High Energy, Gary Valenciano, is in the Araneta Coliseum. And,
It's no secret.
He's an Alaska fan.
Oh.
Malinaw. Very, very clear offensive foul against Castillo. Practically sat on Willie Wilson.
Happening right in front of us. Ano yung action na yun?
Noy Castillo.
Ginawang sopa eh.
Oh. Another guy, ito si Noy Castillo, who has, well, mababa yung kumpiyansa ngayon ni Noy. 0 for 6 in game number 1. Still scoreless in this second game.
Aces protecting a 7-point lead as we near the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. Ognatan over to Miller. Miller sends it over to Wilson. Wilson on the move. Floater is good.
And those moves and those points will buy more time for these Alaska starters on the bench. And mamaya, pag pinasok yan, fresh na fresh yung starters. Siyempre, mamaya, siguradong kasama na si Miller yan.
Balik sa 9 points ang inahabol ng Purefoods. Lipot with a miss. Evangelista gets the loose ball. 9 to shoot for Purefoods. Evangelista. And there's a steal by Wilson. Wilson on the move. Wilson bangs into Castillo as Castillo returns the favor.
Offensive foul number 32, Willie Wilson. That's his second personal.
Tim Cone will not like the call as we see again what happened here. Castillo, well, looks like he was still moving a little bit nung sumalubong ito si Willie Wilson.
Castillo hounded by Wilson. Bola na kay Evangelista. Evangelista will lose the ball to former teammate Eddie Laure, and Willie Miller will go all the way for 2.
Alaska engine starting to hum right now with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Evangelista could not move past Laure. Laure with those long arms getting the swipe. Miller getting the layup. And Alaska now on top by 11, 36-25. We are in the Purefoods timeout.
It's a very tough loss. Every time you lose, you always think about it. But when you take a look at perspectives, we only lost by 2 points in spite of them going to the free throw line 30 times. The rust factor really was not evident on our scoring. The rust factor was really manifested on the way we play defense. Game 2 will be very crucial, and we're out there to tie it. If we can play tougher defense, we're going to be good.
Well, ito si Coach Ryan Gregorio. Alam mo, Miko, nakausap ko siya before the game. He said he was so sure that his defense would hold up against the Alaska Aces. Sabi niya, there's no off night on defense. I'm worried about my offense. And parang baliktad din nangyari sa game number 1. Okay naman yung offense niya. Yung defense niya, he fouled so many times. His team fouled so many times, which put the Alaska Aces on the line 39 times, which cost them the game.
Kirby, handoff for James Yap. James Yap fakes, forcing one up, looking for the contact, none given, and the ball goes back to Alaska. Here's Ognatan. Ognatan is going!
Oh my goodness.
Unmindful of the presence of Kirby Raimundo, Ognatan flushes it down to the surprise of the Purefoods defense.
Well,
Kaya't 13 ang abante dito ng Alaska, and they are roaring here in game 2. Sigurado ka dyan, sinigurado ni Ognatan.
there's a saying, sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue. And you know who the pigeon and the statue was in that situation.
Tanungin anong ginagawa ng pigeon sa statue. We're closing in on the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Here's Ognatan over to Wilson. Wilson, hesitant on that play. Let's go to Dominic.
Miko, para dun sa mga hindi alam kung ano nangyari dito kay Renal Hugnatan, why he's wearing a face mask, he got elbowed by Rafi Rivas nung Coca-Cola series nila in Game 4, and he just had an operation no weekend, and he was supposed to miss Game 1 and Game 2 of the semifinals, pero he was cleared by the doctor, at kita mo naman, operation or not, itong si Reynel Hugnatan still has that power for that slam.
So Gnatan all business here, but Raimundo answers back with the layup. Pero lamang pa rin ang Alaska, 38-27. As we near the halfway mark of the second quarter. And impresario slash team manager Waki Trillo was telling us something about the Alaska players on the floor.
Well, they have 4 left-handers. This is one. This is Eddie Laure. Of course, Hugnatan, Ferriols, and Miller. And all of them, Nico, came from the NBA.
So this is a southpaw unit for Alaska.
For Willie Wilson.
Hindi naman siguro magbabago yung weights ng Purefoods. Pang-boxing lang.
Southpaw na. Well, shade left, shade right na ngayon yung...
southpaw ang kalaban.
But he was really happy with the way his team is gelling right now. Ito si manager Waki Trillo. And I was speaking to him and he said na wala daw siyang problema with attitude. The most important thing for him. And it's showing in the way the Alaska team is playing right now.
Jump ball violation.
Patuloy pa rin lumalamang dito ang Alaska sa kalagitnaan ng second quarter. Cortez and Carriazo have been reinserted in the ball game. Here's Cortez, swings it over to Laure. Laure inside Ferriols, drop step.
Traveling. Substitution, Nick Velasco for Eddie Laure.
Nagulat doon si Ferriols. Thought he made a pretty move.
And Tim Cone must be happy with the way his bench has played. Pinasok niya yung mga players, 8 points ang namang ng Alaska. Eh, pag labas ng mga starters, ng mga bench players, naging 11 na ang lamang. So, they're doing their duties, they're doing their job.
Only the 4th point tonight para kay Raimundo. 9 points ang lamang ng Alaska, 38-29. Here's Ferriols. Ferriols is one player. May not get too many touches, but every time he gets that basketball near the goal, he knows exactly what to do.
Well, he's been proving these people who were speculating na hindi daw siya makalaro dito sa PBA. Ayan, makikita natin yung and one opportunity courtesy from a foul from Richard Yee. Well, maybe sinasabi ko nga, may mga speculators na speculate sila na hindi daw makalaro ito si John Ferriol sa PBA because his size, the way he plays, but proving them all wrong right now.
Velasco pops it in. Patuloy pa rin yung magandang pinapakita ni Velasco with 11 points. Effectively bouncing back from that 3-point performance in Game 1. At dahil lumalayo dito ang Alaska, not a good sign at all. If you're a Purefoods fan, here's Raimundo. One-hand pass para kay Richard Yee. No! Here's Hugnatan. Hugnatan over to Cortez. Quickly to Velasco. Oh, look out! Airball. Although the way Velasco has been shooting, if you were a Purefoods fan, medyo kakabahan ka dun eh. Because he was squared up for the shot. Kinulak ng Mambo. So we have a timeout here, a 30-second timeout for Purefoods. They are trailing Alaska 42-29 with under 5 minutes to go in the first half. And so far, Alaska, after that 10-0 blitz to start the ball game, they have yet to look back.
O yun na nga pero ang ganda talaga na nilalaro. The engines of the Alaska team beginning to hum already. All systems are go. Pagpasok nga ng bench, Migo, sinasabi natin, lumaki.
I thought the low button, open button looked good on him.
Okay rin
To begin with.
Some behind the scenes dun
Crunchy. Okay, patuloy ang aksyon dito sa second quarter. Bola na kay Carriazo. Carriazo over to Ferriols. Ferriols laban kay Raimundo, 12 to shoot para sa Alaska. They are up by 13 big points. Velasco on the right side. 5 to shoot para sa Alaska. Somebody better do something. And the ball ends up with Paul Artadi.
Arguably the easiest points for the Chunkee Giants in this ball game. Paul Artadi, only his first basket, 3 points na.
In and out para kay Velasco. Here's Artadi. Artadi scored a layup seconds ago. Inabot kay James Yap. James Yap, 4-3, air ball.
Very early in the shot clock, James Yap decides to shoot.
Well, James Yap has a perpetual green light to take shots in a ball game. Here's Ugnatan, lob pass for Rios. No. Three and a half remaining in the first half. 11 ang inahabol ng Purefoods. Here's Pingris. Pingris, top of the key. Pingris, he's not going to shoot from that distance. Pinasa kay Raimundo. 6 points for Kirby Raimundo. And the Chunkee Giants are just patiently getting back in this ball game. Alaska on top by 9. And Raimundo and the Chunkee Giants are trying to bounce back in this best-of-7 series. They used to call him the Big Dome. Former Alaska big man Alex Araneta was the #1 overall pick back in 1991 and played 5 seasons for the Alaska franchise. And of course, former Ateneo Blue Eagle was part of that back-to-back championship team of 1987 and 1988. That's Alejandro Alex Araneta. Glad to see him back here in the PBA. And nandito yung sumunod sa kanya dun sa draft na yun. The #2 overall pick of that year's draft.
Lalaro pa rin.
Was Bong Hawkins.
Oh.
And remember si Alex, there's Bong Hawkins, siya yung #2 pick right behind Araneta. Of course, Hawkins started his career not with Alaska but with Presto.
Oh.
And remember si Alex doon had yung parang Samson-like hair. Kulot na mahaba eh. So patuloy action dito sa second quarter. Here's Cortez, hounded by Artadi. Cortez having trouble with the basketball over to Velasco. No! And Velasco starting to miss. Sonny Toss will miss down low. And a foul is spotted by Art Herrera.
Again, foul number 28,
Going to
Richard
be a
G.
foul on Richard G. His third personal foul. Richard G, who played really well in game #1, scoring 20 points. Ngayon, 6 points pa lang, and he has the unenviable task of going up against yung Alaska front line. No?
Mintis yung unang free throw ni Sonny Toss as Jolas provides some pointers to the Cool Cat. Nine points pa rin ang hinahabol dito ng Purefoods. 2:43 remaining in the first half. Artadi goes to Raimundo. Raimundo against Velasco. 10 to shoot for Purefoods. Raimundo needs to pass the basketball. Artadi with a 15-footer, no go. And a lot of action underneath. And they're going to call it against Mike Cortez.
Pushing foul number 1, Mike Cortez.
It's going to be #3 against Cortez. We're still in the first half play.
Luckily for the Alaska Aces, they're still not in the penalty.
Richard D. Oh, great offensive rebound, but could not finish the putback. Pingris one more try, and that is persistence for the Purefoods front line.
Ito yung 5 ng Purefoods Chunkee Giants. Nahirap ang Alaska Aces. 3 big players with G, Raimundo, and Pingris battling the boards.
Here's Pingris. Pingris on the move. Jump hook, no go. And that basketball ends up with Sunny Toss. Toss over to Carriazo to Cortez. Cortez nakatingin kay De La Cruz, but he could not send the ball. And here's Toss inside. Kapos yung kanyang jump hook, but he will go to the line. Fantastic action here in the second quarter. At si Artadi ang tatawagan ng foul, his second personal.
2 free throws for Sunny Toss.
Might be a good foul on Sonny Toss, who earlier missed 2 free throws. And the Purefoods with a mini run of sorts here late in the second quarter. Again, 3 misses in a row para kay Sonny Toss.
Roger Yap for Paul Artadi.
4 na minuto nang hindi nakakapuntos ang Alaska, kaya naman dahan-dahang nakakabalik sa ating laro ang Purefoods. Miller comes in for the foul beleaguered Cortez. Cortez sits down with 3 personal fouls. At sa wakas, nakapuntos ang Alaska with that free throw conversion by Toss. 8 points ang inaabol ng Purefoods, 43-35. A minute and 31 remaining in the second quarter. Sidestep by James Yap. Bola napunta kay De La Cruz. De La Cruz on the move. Miller stops and fires and scores.
He just makes it look so easy. As Alaska was struggling a while ago, pinasok lang si Willie Miller, coolly sinking that 15-footer.
At balik sa 10 puntos ang kabate ng Alaska, 45-35. Dahan-dahan ang nauubos ang oras dito sa first half. Roger Yap zigzagging inside, and there's a blocking foul, could be against Toss.
Blocking foul on number 7, Sunny Toss. That's his second.
Second personal against the Alaska big man.
14 second shot clock.
At ang Alaska is at the limit with a minute and 1 second remaining in the second period. Pingris against De La Cruz. Pingris overshoots. Oh, putback is good by Raimundo. That is all effort. All effort coming from Kirby.
Pushing foul on number 3, Nick Velasco.
Si Velasco ang tatawagan ng foul. That's his first personal.
Now we see here again, yung matchup ng De La Cruz versus Pingris will not get hit in the first try, pero si Kirby Raimundo, sabi mo nga, all hustle. Pero dito hirap na hirap itong Alaska because they're manhandling, the Chunkee Giants are manhandling the Alaska Aces in the rebounding department. Ayan na naman.
Aces almost losing the ball after getting the rebound. Here's Velasco. Outside, De La Cruz. No. Velasco offensive rebound. Reset para sa Alaska. 30 seconds to go bago matapos ang second quarter. Here's Carriazo, top of the key. Carriazo goes right. Carriazo, hook pass, Velasco. De La Cruz over to Miller. Yes. So 10 puntos na naman ang lamang ng Alaska, 47-37. And the Purefoods Chunkee Giants will try to operate to score the last basket of the second quarter. And that ball ends up with nobody. Diyan magtatapos ang second quarter. 10 points ang lamang ng Alaska, 47.